I'd like to call to order a meeting of the Syracuse Industrial Development Agency. We'll start with a roll call of the board. I'm Kathy Murphy.
Ricky Brown.
Kim Kinsey.
Dirk Sonneborn.
And Steve Thompson.
Proof of notice was properly served for this meeting, and our first item on the agenda is a public hearing for Swanson Fulton Street LLC, or 311 Gannett Drive. Eric.
Good morning, everyone.
Oh, and let me just say, sorry, Eric, before we start. You may notice that we are without counsel today.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's listening. So we miss you, Sue. But,
What can we do without her?
oh, we could do a lot. Don't even let her hear that. Oh, my God. But should there be any item or any question or any concern, number one, she's available by phone. Number two, we would, of course, double check it with counsel prior to final implementation.
Her ears are here.
Yeah, and her assistant ears are here, Lori, so I'm pretty confident we're going to be okay. All right, Eric,
Absolutely.
sorry.
All right. No, thank you. Thank you, and good morning, everyone. So notice is hereby given that a public hearing pursuant to Section 859-A of the New York General Municipal Law will be held by the City of Syracuse Industrial Development Agency on the 16th day of September 2025 at 8 a.m. local time at 233 East Washington Street in Common Council Chambers, City Hall, Syracuse, New York, in connection with the following matter. Swanson Fulton LLC, or an entity to be formed, requested the agency undertake a project consisting of the following: the acquisition of an interest in approximately 1.99 acres of land, improved by an approximately 83,402 square foot, three-story historic building located at 311 Gannett Drive in the city of Syracuse, New York, as well as the renovation of the building into a residential complex containing 75 apartment units. 67 units will be market rate and 8 with a unit mix based on income and rent limits in accordance with the City of Syracuse's zoning ordinance. Consisting of 7 studio apartments, 4 two-bedroom units, 60 for one-bedroom units, and the installation of various amenities, including but not limited to a fitness center, an outdoor terrace, interior light court, installation of new windows, an elevator, roof, repair of the historic masonry facade, a new HVAC system, new electric and water service, and approximately 30 rentable storage units, and approximately 25 indoor parking spaces, as well as 52 outdoor gated parking spots, as well as, and this includes the acquisition and installation in and on the land and facility of furnitures, fixtures, and equipment, and the granting of certain financial assistance in the form of exemptions from real property tax, state and local sales and use tax, and mortgage recording tax. And the appointment of the company or its designee as an agent of the agency in connection with the acquisition, renovation, and equipping and completion of the project facility, and the lease of the land and facility by the agency pursuant to a lease agreement and the acquisition of an interest in the equipment pursuant to a bill of sale from the company to the agency, and the sublease of the project facility back to the company pursuant to a sublease agreement. The company will be the initial owner or operator of the project facility, and the agency will, at the above stated time and place, with all persons with views with respect to the proposed financial assistance to the company, the proposed owner-operator, and the location of the project facility and the nature of the project. So it's been a little while since I've had to read one of those.
That's right. Thank you, Eric. The applicant, Grazi Zazzaro, has joined us here this morning for the public hearing. Grazi, I would ask you to come up and just give us a brief overview of your project. I know it was described here.
Sure, and Eric did it much better than I'll do it here. That was meticulous, but yeah, like you said, it's about 83,000 square feet. It's been vacant for at least 25 years that I know of. We've got plans in place. We've got approval by the CPC, and we hope to just get the project underway, hopefully by November, December this year.
What hurdles do you have in front of you?
Intake meeting, pull permit, hopefully get approval from you folks for some benefits and hit the ground running.
What's the anticipated timeline again? I forgot you told me last.
It should be
week,
12 to 13 month construction timeline, and it's looking like November or December start date. So I'd say January 2027 we should be done.
Huber Brewers, the
Yep,
GC.
Huber Brewers GC and Architects is the design team.
Great.
Yep,
And historic tax credits are the financing mechanism.
yes.
Right.
When will the boulevard in front of the building be done?
Sounds like they're doing some work now and then the rest in the spring, but if they hit any hiccups or issues, it could get delayed, but
Whatever, out of your control by all that.
definitely out of my control, but they're working away over there for sure.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Any other questions, comments, concerns? Thanks, Grazi. Is there anyone here who wishes to speak in favor of the application? Please come forward and state your name and address for the record. Anyone who wishes to speak in opposition to the project, please come forward, state your name and address for the record. Hearing none, the hearing is closed. Next item, minutes for our last meeting, which were included in the packet. Our meeting was held August 19th of 2025. Is there a motion? Motion to approve by Dirk, second?
Second.
Second, Ricky. Any comments, concerns, changes to the minutes? Hearing none. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Thank you. I just will briefly report that we held a Finance Committee meeting Tuesday, September 9th, a week ago, at which meeting the finance members did a deep dive into a review of 311 Gannett and made a positive recommendation to the board for consideration. We'll start with the approval of the resolutions authorizing the agency to undertake the project at 311 Gannett. Now, I'm not sure who's doing that. Eric, Lori?
Yeah, that'll be myself. So I'm going to do cover things that I normally do, and I'm also going to incorporate a lot of what Sue would normally cover during these conversations. So included in the packet was the executive summary and overview of the project that we just heard about as part of the public hearing, as well as the formal application for financial assistance, and then the cost-benefit analysis summary. But the first resolution that is before you and included as part of the packet is the inducement resolution. This inducement resolution authorizes the agency to undertake the project, as well as the companies, would operate in an agency agreement with SIDA for the purposes of completing the project, as well as authorizes an agency agreement that will need to be signed by the project sponsor and by Grazi within the next 14 days. Grazi, just for your awareness. And then it also authorizes the benefits of the sales and use tax, which in this project is a maximum of $804,525. And then the mortgage recording tax, which is a maximum of $101,250. So all of that is incorporated as part of the resolution.
Thank you, Eric.
Can I make one other just quick
Sure,
note?
yeah,
Is that so
of course.
included, and Grazi had mentioned the fact that the project has been before the City Planning Commission. This was deemed a type 1 action, but the City Planning Commission declared itself lead agency, so that review as part of seeker has been undertaken. So that is one of the reasons why there's not a seeker resolution as part of this project, which sometimes when SIDA needs to be lead agency, there normally would be a seeker resolution. So that's also spelled out within the resolution as well.
Cost-benefit analysis is included in the packet.
Correct.
I believe total project cost is approximately 22, am I right, Grazi? 22 to 25 million. All right, any questions, comments, or concerns on the inducement? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Make a motion.
Motion made by Steve. Second? Ricky. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is the pilot resolution.
Okay, so included in the packet, as was noted, is the copy of the pilot resolution. A pilot schedule is included as part of the resolution and included as one of the attachments. Following the approval and authorization of the new UTEP, or Uniform Tax Exemption Policy, the project qualifies for what is known as an additional 5 years. And so the overall term is a 20-year pilot because of the fact that the project is included as an eligible historic property. project is going for historic tax credit. So ultimately, that was included per the terms of the UTEP. And the resolution would authorize the board and the agency to proceed with the pilot agreement as structured and with the pilot schedule that was included. Just also want to make the acknowledgement and point that the abatements are only part of the improvements to the property, and that the property will continue to pay property taxes on the existing value of the structure as it always has.
Thank you. Questions, comments? Is there a motion to approve the pilot resolution?
I'll make a motion.
Made by Steve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Ricky. Thank you. Last call for comments. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Last item on this particular agenda for this project is the final resolution. Eric.
Okay, and in keeping with normally what's included as part of project approvals, the final resolution authorizes SIDA's council to work directly with the project sponsors council to draft all the remaining legal and transaction documents that are necessary in order to confer the benefits that are being considered and have been discussed as part of SIDA entertaining moving forward with the project and undertaking it.
Yep. Questions, comments, concerns?
Make a motion.
Motion made by Steve.
Second.
Second by Ricky. Thank you. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Razi, thank you very much. We look forward to seeing the work start. Good luck.
Thank you, guys.
Yep, any questions, let us know. Yep. Next item on the agenda, the McGuire Limited Partnership. Let me just go, do we have that? We do.
A copy of the resolutions included in the packet.
Yep, so before we start, I just want to say on this, I believe this is a restructuring of the family partnership in terms of ownership on the project on Hiawatha Boulevard. It does not, correct me if I'm wrong, Lori or Eric, it does not incorporate new owners. It is a family restructuring within the family partnership.
That is correct.
Okay, anything, do you want to read it?
Yeah,
How do you
just
wanna do
to
it?
very briefly explain. So the project, just so that everyone's familiar, this is the McGuire dealership that included Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep. The project was closed with the IDA or closed and then proceeded with construction back in 2020. So the project has fully been completed. Back in January of 2025, we did bring a restructuring proposal to the board, which was authorized. One of the reasons why is that the project was moving from a limited partnership. It was McGuire Family LP and was transitioning, and it was part of the corporate restructure to become a limited liability company or an LLC. Lori and Sue have continued working with the legal counsel as part of this transaction. There's additional clarification and clarity that was necessary, and that ultimately is what led to modification of the resolution. So that is being brought back before the board. It is part of the same restructuring that we talked about and that was being considered earlier this year. And so this resolution better clarifies and allows both legal counsels to proceed. But again, it is switching that corporate restructure from the limited partnership that was existing while the project was under construction, transitioning to that LLC. So happy to take any additional questions, but that is kind of how things are laid out within the resolution as presented.
Are the individuals who were the general partners now the managers of the LLC?
So the same individuals that were involved in the limited partnership have transitioned in terms of the principals as part of the LLC.
You know, who's running the business? Is it general? Normally you have a general partner with limited partners.
Yep.
In a limited partnership, and in an LLC you have a manager and then you have members.
Okay.
So the people who are running the business as general partners are them. Do you know? It probably doesn't make
The way, so, well, to my knowledge, that the individuals are the same, but I think even in terms of the corporate restructuring, the primary principals or managing partners will be the same in terms of who was ideally the management and day-to-day operations is still consistent with how it was laid out within the LP.
That's my understanding as well, that the restructuring centered more on percentages within allocation than people in charge. Any other questions, comments? concerns? Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
Make a motion.
Motion made by Ricky. Is there a second? Second by Steve. Thank you. Last call for comments. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Thank you. Next item on the agenda, Northside Genesee. A request for a waiver on the project, which, as we all know, has started. I believe Otis is here, who is the project manager for Northside. If you want to come up, Otis, please, yes. And Liza's here, Gary's here as well, representing Huber Brewer.
Hello, everyone.
Otis, good morning. Name and address for the record, please.
Otis DeLuca, 7676 Brown Gulf Road, Jamesville, New York. So we put a waiver in for a exception to the local access for the concrete foundations, slab work and reinforcement for the Northside project. Just to give the board a little bit of background, the project has been in bid stage now for over 2 years. Last year, it was bid and was scheduled to go into construction. It was bid last April. It was scheduled to go into construction last May. There was an issue with the financing with the owners, so the entire project was mothballed. And then they got their financing in order, and we started again this spring. So as part of that effort, we had bidded extensively. We had made, verbal commitments to contractors that they were going to get the work. The project, stalled. A year later, we reached out to that same group of contractors. We said, look, we're ready to go again. It was a year later. We realized pricing changes. Can you please take a look at it again, reaffirm your pricing? So that's sort of the background of where we landed. As it relates to the concrete foundations, slab work, and reinforcement, we put the project initially out to 23 bidders. 16 were within the local access, 7 were not. We received bids from 8, 15 did not submit bids. When we put it out for the reaffirmation of pricing, same 23, 18 declined to bid, and we received bids from 5 contractors.
Of those 5, were any local?
Yes. So of the 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 were local. Yeah, all but 1 were local. The basic gist of it is the other contractors that didn't reaffirm their pricing, they had become busy over the last year, and they just said, we just can't do it. They picked up additional work. We had there were 3 contractors in particular that we had multiple conversations, phone conversations over, 4 to 6 weeks. How can we make this work? Can we separate out just the foundation package? Can we separate out just the reinforcement package, the slab package? Like, how do we make this work? And everybody just said they couldn't do it.
They were just too busy to do it at the present time?
Correct. They had picked up additional work, and they didn't have the manpower to do it.
Yeah, couldn't fit it in.
They had said that they would be able to do it if it was like a fall start or something like that, but their spring and
Right.
summer was already booked.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
The only additional thing, so there was a letter provided by Huber Brewer that explains this in more detail, but just one of the only other things I'll note to build on what Otis shared, the total value of the foundation work as part of the request, and again, the contractor being Rigoni Foundations, it's approximately $3.5 million. That's approximately 5.4% of the overall total construction costs.
Correct.
Did the prices come back a lot higher than what they were before?
They were in line with what we would expect with inflation.
Okay.
Questions? Can you just clarify briefly, Otis, for me? I know we discussed this. There's a sentence in the letter, we put most aspects of the project out to bid. And you and I did discuss this when we received the letter, just for the record.
Yeah, what Kathy's referring to is like the first portion of the second paragraph of the letter. We'd indicated that most of the project was put out to bid. We put that in there to kind of qualify that we do self-perform things from time to time, and we have portions of the project that Huber Brewer would self-perform or an agent of the owner would self-perform. That's what that comment was about.
Like, as Otis said to me, like heating the trailer. Yeah, okay, I got
Yeah,
it.
trailers,
I got it.
buckboys, temporary heat, safety, progress cleaning. If there's any infill carpentry work that like scope gaps, something like that, we would pick that up rather than put that out to bid.
Great, thank you. Any other questions or comments? Bill? Derek?
Yeah, maybe a stupid question, but of the $3.5 million, maybe this is a question for Eric. How much of it is materials and how much of it is labor that's not going to be local labor? Maybe that's a question for us. I don't know. Understand the question?
Yeah, I do.
$3.5 million is 5.4%.
I can give you kind of a
rule of thumb.
like a shoot from the hip kind of answer. I don't have the actual figures on that. It would probably be roughly 35-40%, something like that.
35 or 40 is material, or 35-40% is
Would be the material portion of that. And just to note, so the reinforcing bar is coming from Nucor, which is outside of the local access, but all of the concrete is purchased from local.
Local.
Yeah, from local concrete companies. So that 35-40%, if you're considering that, would come down by another 10-15%.
As you know, Otis, and we appreciate Huber Brewer's continued commitment to working very hard on local
Very
use
important
of
to us.
local contractors, local vendors, local material, etc. So, any other questions, comments? Is there a motion to approve?
Make a motion.
Thank you, Ken. Second? Second, Ricky. Last call for questions, comments. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Thanks, Otis.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Liza. I would just note, Gary, I meant to mention it to Grazi. I don't know who's the project manager for Grazi's project, but he will need to see the new policies that you all know very well now, just so he has them ahead of all of his bidding. That's great, okay. Then I'll trust you'll stay on top of it. Great, thank you. Any other questions, comments, business? Eric, are we good?
Oh, this covers everything that I had.
Sue, we have not totally destroyed anything.
You know what, just the
Oh,
only,
wait.
yeah, I'm sorry,
Maybe we
and
did.
to channel Sue, for anyone that's in attendance today, we do have a sign-in sheet in the back, so we do just want to make sure that we make note of everyone that was here. So
Yeah.
that's all from me.
Lori, we're good? Good. Okay. Motion to adjourn?
Make a motion.
Made by Ricky, second by Ken. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Thank you all so much. Congratulations, Otis. Hope we'll see you.